Today I'm going to be looking at this, the Hyke and Bike Eolus 800 down-filled sleeping bag, which is super lightweight, won't break your back, will keep you nice and cozy, and hopefully won't break your bank either. Now, one of the first things I noticed about this was how much space there is in the toe box here. I can actually separate my feet and move them around. And it also seems to have quite a bit more down in the bottom. So my feet were really warm and toasty. I'm warm already. I mean, it looks warm here. It's actually about maybe 10, 12 degrees Celsius. Close that over. And then I can go down in here. Where is it? And find the string on this side. Tighten this up around my shoulder. It's so warm. Again, this is hard to see, but look, you can see that tightens up this whole space. You can have it so it's completely seated around your neck and your head sort of looking out. And then grab the top bit and tighten it all up. Now, hold on. Why would you ever want to tighten up your sleeping bag this much? Well, if you're out in cold weather, any air, any bare skin basically vents air. Or if you ever do bivvy sleeping, so sometimes I put this inside a bivvy bag and zip it all up, and this is literally all that you're gonna see. Oh my goodness, I'm so warm. All right, and then, I'm just lying on the floor here, and it's nice and comfy. And there's a few sticks down here. Oh, this is nice. Okay, I need to get out of here. Let me out. I'm actually sweating, and I've been in there 2 minutes. Last year I fancied getting a new sleeping bag for wild camping, and I went to an army surplus store and I bought this absolute beast. This is an army cold weather sleeping bag, which shall keep you comfortable down to like -10. It weighs over 2 kilos and it's absolutely massive. Even when you stuff it down into the bag, it's still pretty big. It feels like you're carrying almost a bowling ball with you. It's that big. And when you've already got a backpack on, which is absolutely packed with kit, carrying something this size just seems a bit ridiculous. Combined with, I don't actually really need the capabilities of this most of the time, because most of the time I'm going out camping, the coldest it's going to be is going to be maybe 0, maybe a little bit below 0, maybe an extreme example, maybe -10. Most of the year, however, it's going to be an average about 10 degrees Celsius and above. So yeah, I really don't need something this big. So I then decided to go and look at down sleeping bags, looked at the prices of them, felt a bit sick, went onto Amazon and discovered Hyke and Bike. Now, this is the Hyke and Bike Eolus 800 down-filled sleeping bags filled with Goose down. This costs $164 if you buy it in the US. In the UK, you can get it on Amazon for $189.97, which still sounds like a huge amount of money for a sleeping bag, and it is, considering that Army Surplus one costs about £40. But here's the thing, this weighs only 2.6 pounds, which is 1.2 kilos. So this one, 2.5 kilos, is literally twice the weight. And look at the size difference. And hang on, let me pack this one down. Comes with a compression sack. Now, I could go smaller, but that's the size difference, which makes a huge impact in your backpack. So yes, you are paying a premium for this kind of bag, but it is a premium bag. And Hyke and Bike's whole thing is that they offer premium quality products at much lower prices. So to compare this, we need to go and look at a high-end brand which makes their bags out of similar materials, and for that I went and looked at Rab. For a similarly spec'd down bag, close to this but not even exactly the same specs for Rab, you're starting at £240 in the UK. That's about $275. So comparatively, this is borderline £100 or $100 cheaper than the equivalent from a big name brand. So what are we getting for that? Well, what we're getting for that is a down-filled sleeping bag. In fact, it's a hybrid fill. They've done this quite clever thing where the top of it has Goose down, and then underneath they use what they call cluster loft, which is a synthetic which sits on the base. And that works better because then you get the balance between the Goose down on the top for really, really good insulation of warmth, and the synthetic on the bottom, which has much better moisture resistance. And it's also a lot durable, so the compression crushing down on that synthetic on the bottom doesn't do you damage the same way you might over time if you're crushing a down sleeping bag. One of the things surprised me about this the first time I opened it up, I thought this is really thin. I never had a down sleeping bag before. I didn't realize that you have to kind of fluff it a bit, and when you do that, it then increases in size and puffs up and you get its full size. So you really need to open it up and shake it out a bit. Shake it out, shake it out. So the material on this, again, it feels really thin, but again, it's that really high quality ripstop nylon fabric, which is moisture resistant, so you could probably get this hit by a shower of rain and you'd be fine. Don't think you could go out for a prolonged time in wet weather, but while it feels super lightweight, look at it, practically floats. In fact, it does float. It is so light, and I was very skeptical when I got it the first time I got into it. You can see there, now that it's been out a bit, it has filled up. It's got a nice Velcro, nice high quality Velcro here to stand it up, and you can see here, nice really high quality, these Y-shaped zips, which, here's something I liked. There's one on the top, and there's one down here in the bottom. So you know what that means. In the middle of the night, you're in the sleeping bag, nature calls. You don't have to get out the entire sleeping bag. You can hoik this end up, providing access to, well, you know, another few features. You'll open it up here at the top. It's nicely sort of, there's like an overlay in the zip, so the zip itself is insulated. I think these are Baffles, called Baffles. Nice reinforced fabric down the zip as well, which again is great. Open it up. Now, this is something I quite like about this. It's got an inner, like a baffle thing. So there's two places you can tighten it. Once you get into it, you can then tighten it up once, which tightens it around your neck, and then you can close up the hood. One other thing, on the inside here, there's a nice little pocket, so I can open that up, and I can keep, I don't know, I can keep my phone or my keys or something in the inside there without them ending up around my toes during the middle of the night. The coldest I've tried this out so far has been about -5 in my back garden. I went out in just my short pajamas, so t-shirt and shorts. -5, was freezing outside. Got into this, 15 minutes later, having gone into it cold, I was uncomfortably warm. So having never used a down sleeping bag before, I've just loved this thing. It's just so cozy and so comfortable. I thought the fabric, from looking at it, was like really shiny and it would be uncomfortable against your skin, but it's not. It's just really soft and really nice to get into. Now, my other sleeping bag there, the Beast, come here. This is a 4-season sleeping bag, right? So this will go down to significantly colder than this, probably another 10 degrees colder. But the thing is, I can combine this with, I have a bivvy, so I can put my bivvy over the top of it, or I can chuck, sometimes what I'll do is I'll chuck a couple of chemical hand warmers down at this, they give off heat for about 8 hours, and all of a sudden I have a 4-season sleeping bag. So that's the appeal for me. I've got what I can use as a 4-season sleeping bag in a sleeping bag, which is nearly 1.5 kilos lighter than the Four Seasons sleeping bag that I have been using, and like significantly smaller as well. Oh, got some twigs in there. There are 3 different temperature versions of this sleeping bag. I have the 15 Fahrenheit version, which means it has a survival rating 15 degrees Fahrenheit, which is -9 Celsius, but the comfort rating of it is 50 Fahrenheit, which is about 10 degrees Celsius, which is perfect for the weather here in Northern Ireland. But there are other sleeping bags in the range, ranging from a lighter 2-season version to a 4-season version, which I think has a comfort rating of -10 degrees Celsius. So if you live somewhere that's a lot warmer or a lot colder than Northern Ireland, there's options there as well, and they're all in around the same price. The only I knelt on something sharp and pointy. The only downside of this for me is just one thing about the zips. Like, very occasionally, if I'm zipping it in a hurry, I'll snag the outer material. Although arguably that's more my fault than a design flaw, because that's me just trying to do it in a hurry. So if you're zipping it up, you need to make sure this inner bit isn't folded around. Make sure it's inside, because sometimes you can snag the fabric. And I have done that a few times, and the first time I did it, I was really going at the zip, and I thought, I'd probably rip this, but extracted the fabric and it was fine. So it's quite strong. So how difficult is it to put away? When I'm putting it away, I basically take the top end, the head end, fold it over about 1/3, and kind of taper that to the bottom, and then just pinch and compress and roll. Now, if you want to put it away quicker, you can stuff it straight in, but I just find it looks a little bit neater if you do it this way. We'll grip it betwixt your legs. Grab the stuff sack and slide it on. And that's it, nearly away. So it's actually a lot easier to put away than other sleeping bags I've had before. Go. And then you have to make sure this little top bit is the right way around. There we go. That over the top. And cinch these up nice and snug. So just a note, if you do get a down sleeping bag and you're storing it, you're probably best to store it actually either completely out of the bag, hanging up, or like this, not compressed, because if you store it compressed, I'll just show you again how small this goes. If you store it compressed, I think over time that can crush the down filling. It's the same as you have a down, if you have like a down jacket, you shouldn't store it in the compression sack for long periods of time. But if needs be, it will go right down to that size. And once again, comparing to the other one. So even with what I would need to expand this into a 4-season bag, I probably need to add in like another 500 grams, maybe a thin liner and a couple of chemical hand warmers. So it still doesn't even come to the same weight as this, even when I've got this in a winter configuration. And that is the Hyke and Bike Eolus down-filled sleeping bag, and I love it. Just a little thing about Hyke and Bike themselves, I actually really like this company's ethos. You'll see here on all the products you get this, you get a little sticker. And on the sticker, you see that, it says outdoor gear that eliminates poverty through micro loans. So they're a company that actually has a little bit of a soul. If you go onto their website, you can read more about that side of their business. I know that is always one thing that will swing it for me, is if a company is actively trying to make the world a little bit of a better place, and these guys genuinely seem to be. It's a helicopter. I think they're looking for me. I do apologize, there's somebody cutting grass over there. If you like this video, you should maybe go and check out the video I made about one of their tents. I just can't wait to finally get back out and actually go camping again. It's looking like I'm going to be able to do that quite soon. And when I do, I will be bringing my Hyke and Bike sleeping bag